Hello, confident ladies. How's it going? Happy Wednesday. I am just going to try to find a good angle here that doesn't have too much sunlight so you guys can see me. I think that might be good. I'm going to open up the group here. How's everyone doing? If you're there, let me know. Send some hearts. Tell me where you're coming from. I'm gonna find the group here. Hi, yay, Sue's here. Good morning, Sue. Always so great to see you. I have enjoyed your anchor station. I listened to the first one that you did and felt so relaxed after. You definitely have a very calming effect. Let me just see if this can open up. Facebook. Want to make sure this is streaming for you guys. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. Yep, it is up and running. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So today we're going to do a couple things. We're going to talk about the weekly topic, and I'm also going to make a fun announcement. I have a couple things actually. Let's see. Okay, I'm just going to add this in. Here is this is the blog post that we're going to be discussing today. Let me add it into this. There we go. Awesome. Yay! Good morning, Catherine. Great to see you. How's it going? Your posts in the group have been super helpful with organization. Something I was talking to my OBM about yesterday. So you've never heard? Well, if you've never heard about firing clients, that's a good thing, okay? I'm really glad that you haven't heard of that before because it's something that I've seen pretty often in this space. And it sort of drives me bananas. So yeah, we're gonna dig into that. And Catherine, I wanted to say to you, I've really enjoyed your posts about other organizational things because it's got me thinking I need to organize a little bit. And one thing is including passwords. I don't know if you guys are like the same like this, but I'm the worst with passwords. Like I had one of those systems, I think it was like 1Password or something like that, and I just couldn't get it to work on my computer. You guys know I'm really not good at tech stuff. Hi, Martina's here. Good morning, and Myra's here. So good to see you. Yay. Myra's someone new that I recently connected with. It's been really nice getting to know her. She has a local business and I think she's looking to come in the online space. So I was telling her a little bit about my story, how I went from having a local therapy practice to becoming an online business owner and doing pretty much everything online. Some of my coaching clients, they do live locally, so we do get to meet local, which is fun. They get to come to my house, but other than that, I don't have a brick and mortar business anymore. My office location closed down. I was able to actually pass it off to someone who I was doing business coaching with, helping her start her practice. This was like a couple years ago. I helped her start her practice, and she has a full and thriving practice. She quit her 9-to-5, and she now has my space full time, which is so exciting because some of my old therapy clients get to see her now, and they didn't have to switch locations at all, and she's killing it. So yay. So yeah, Catherine, you do the digital organizing. That's so cool and so needed. So let's actually, I want to first quickly talk about my little announcement because I think this is really important. And those of you who are here, I do want to thank you because those of you who are here are people who participate a lot in the group. And what I want to talk to you guys about is I've seen lately a lot of people who have been posting and sharing a lot of really valuable content. However, I've noticed that not everyone's getting, and I think this might be like all over the board for Facebook groups, but people are sharing a lot of valuable stuff, but I don't see as much interacting happening. And I mean, I do see it happening, but I would like to see it more. I'd like to see you guys really getting to know each other a little bit more. Just as valuable as it is that you're putting awesome free content out there, this is for all the ladies in the group who are sharing. I would love to see you guys interacting a little bit more. And the way that I see that is through my Facebook group Insights. And I wanted to actually call someone out today, and this is a good call out, okay? And I have a feeling that she may end up popping on here because she's usually really good with coming onto these Facebook Lives. And yes, Catherine, engagement is just as important. It's so true. So I can see in my Facebook group Insights who posts the most, like how many posts you've done, and then I can also see how much engagement you've done. So how many other people's posts you've commented on. And this person in particular, she like blew it away. And I do always see her commenting on other people's things. And that is Lou Melchiori. And she's actually a client of mine. And it doesn't surprise me that she is giving and engaging in other people's stuff, because that's just how she is. And I want to call her out also because she's a really busy person. She has a business she's building. She had her kids, 3 kids home from school for the whole summer. So, you know, you would think she might say like, oh, I'm too busy. Like, I got too much stuff going on. I don't have time to engage in groups. Well, that's why I want to call her out, is because despite everything that she had going on, she was still out there. Yeah, right, Sue? She really does have great posts. She's been giving so much value, and she's been also just been there to cheer other people on. And recently she said to me, like, she's been invited to do guest posting for people, to be part of different summits for people. And I truly believe the reason why is because she's been out there connecting so much. Yes, Martine. And actually all of you guys who are here, you guys are ones who are always participating and always cheering other people on. So I want to give all of you guys props. But because Lou, her number came up the highest, I definitely wanted to just call her out specifically. And I thought it would be fun if we could try to do something in here, is each month when I go to check the Insights and I see that someone is really just taking it that next step and really engaging with other people and taking the time to reach out to other people, I want to send that person a little snail mail. And this is just a fun idea that I had this morning, spur of the moment. That's sort of how I always run my business, is when I feel hit with inspiration, I share it then. So what I want to start doing is when I see someone who's like really standing out in here as a leader, because that's my number one thing, is I want to see all of my ladies turn into leaders and lead other people and turn those other people into leaders. So when you are stepping up and standing out as a leader, I want to be able to just gift you something. So yay, right, Catherine? Snail mail is the best. It's so great. I've always sent little gifts to my clients. Recently, since I had the baby, and again, this shouldn't be an excuse, but I haven't been as good with sending like personal stuff. I've sent some things through Amazon Prime, which, yeah, it's still nice, but it's not the same as like a handwritten card and like going out and like finding little things to put in a little box together. So I took some time the other day. My husband said, hey, why don't you go out, do a little shopping? I'll watch the baby. So I went over to TJ Maxx and had a ball finding all kinds of fun little goodies and put some boxes together to send out to some of my clients. And yeah, I picked up some extra stuff, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna pick up these are really cute things, like pick up some extra stuff just in case I can find an excuse to send people snail mail. So yeah, so I have a bunch of fun, cute little things I want to send out. So I'd say like every month or so, I'm going to be looking through the group, and when I notice that someone is really standing out as a leader and really giving a ton of value to the people in there and also engaging with people, I'm going to send you a little snail mail and give you a shout out. Yes, and Martine says, me too, Catherine, love pretty stationery, etc. I send stuff to my clients too. Yes! See, all of you guys are the same way. I feel like we're all so similar in here. We love, there's something like just so special about snail mail, especially when it comes with like something handwritten. I don't know what it is, but like I love handwritten cards in the mail. I've gotten cute things from clients before, like a pretty card with like a cute little like quote card, or like I even gotten stickers, and like that stuff just makes my day. Hi, Sophia's here. Good morning, good morning. Sophia, I am counting down the days for a retreat. If you guys don't know, I'm co-hosting a retreat. Me and Lacey Sites are doing a retreat together end of September, and we are so pumped. This is now like my countdown. Like I'm just like eating and breathing and sleeping everything retreat right now. So yeah, I'm just like completely in retreat mode. We've been getting some of the little last minute details together, and I am pumped. Like our menu and one of the places that we're going to be going to for an outing, I got to go visit over the weekend, and it was so much fun. I can't wait. I can't wait to get all my ladies here and have a group hug and slumber party stories and all that fun stuff. Yes, I can't wait, Sophia. So I just mentioned to everyone in here, and Sophia, you've been like really engaging and sharing so much valuable content. What I'm going to be doing is each month I'm going to be looking for different leaders in the group, people who have really stood out and have been sharing a ton and also engaging in other people's posts and really standing out as someone who's been connecting. And I'm going to be sending a little snail mail, like something fun. It might be like a little gift card for a coffee, or it might just be maybe a cute little notepad or stationery or something like that. Just something cute, just to say thank you. Yeah, it's just fun. It's always fun when there's presents, right? And the little gifts involved. And then also don't forget that with my email list, if those of you who are on my email list, all you have to do each month is open up the emails, read them, reply if I ask a question, and the top 3 email engagers are going to be receiving 30-minute coaching calls from me each month. So 3 people will be chosen each month to get a 30-minute one-to-one coaching call, which I'm so excited about, because over maternity, I haven't been able to really gift any of those anymore just because of time and everything, but now I have a little bit of help, so I can start doing that again. So yeah, and if you aren't on my email list, make sure you get on my email list. All you have to do is sign up for any one of my freebies, whether it's a freebie workshop or a freebie workbook, whatever it is, sign up for a freebie, and then all you got to do is open up my emails and read. And the reason why I'm doing this also is to give you guys an incentive to learn, right? Because here's the thing, we sign up for so many different email lists, and I know personally, sometimes I just get them and I delete, and I don't even read them. And I know if I signed up for a list and I read that free value that that person was giving, I could probably get a ton out of it, right? If I just read all of those emails each and every time. So I know personally that the blog post that I attach in all of my emails each week and the little tips that I give, if you guys just read that free stuff, like, you will get a ton of value, and I'm sure you will get your mindset going in a much better direction. So it's a way to force you guys to learn, to lovingly force you to learn. Nobody has to do it, but it just gives you guys a good incentive to do it. Oh, thank you, Sophia. Yeah, I'm super excited about it. And luckily my email server active campaign, it allows something called scoring. So it actually just goes in and it scores people for me, and then gives me a list of like the top people who are engaging, and then gives me different scores, and then whoever has a top score, I'll get to just pull your name out of a hat. Oh, I'm I'm so excited. Thank you, Sophia. And I loved your comment that you put on it too. The last one, the last post that I put out there. So today we're going to talk about, and I'm not sure if it was this one, I think it might have been the other one about ideal clients, but today's blog post, we are talking about customer service, okay? This is not something that we always hear about in the online space. We hear more about like go out there, get your clients, get paid, get as many people as you can in your funnel. Like we hear about all this stuff over and over again. And actually last night I was cracking up with my husband because he was watching, I think his name is it AJ Spears? That like ultra spiritual guy. He's like super, super funny. JP Spears, maybe it is. I should know this. Yes, JP Sears. He did my husband stumbled upon one of his videos on life coaches and the ways that they market themselves, and this guy is like hilarious. I'm sure some of you guys are familiar with him, JP Sears. But yeah, Sue, he's all about how to be like ultra spiritual and how to do all of these things, and he's just hilarious. Always has me laughing. So this one was like how to be a life coach, and like it was like, look at my beautiful house. Look at all the beautiful things I have. If you want all these beautiful things and you want to be successful like me, just pay me thousands of dollars and I'll teach you. It was hilarious because he like exaggerates, but actually there are people out there who do that, right? Like, hey, look at me. I work 2 hours a week from the beach sipping pina coladas and I'm a millionaire, and so can you. All you have to do is pay me $1 million and I'll teach you how to do it. We see that kind of stuff all the time, all that type of icky marketing. And, you know, I'm probably offending some people right now, but that's okay because that stuff just does not feel right to me. But it goes on all the time, right? So that is another piece of this. So I wanted to talk about customer service and etiquette in business, okay? Because we don't always hear about this stuff. And I'm just opening up this post for you guys. So a few pointers I wanted to give you guys, because we hear so often about people like firing their clients, and it's almost like people are bragging about it, like it's the cool thing to do. And I honestly don't think it's a cool thing. I think that there shouldn't be a reason to, there might be times where you like really have to, because maybe something terrible happens and you really need to end the relationship with the client. But I see it usually as people like bragging, like my client was a pain in the behind, so I fired them. I told them they were being a diva, but usually it's the other person sort of looking like the diva. So I gave you guys some tips here of what you can do to prevent yourself from getting to this place in your business, from needing to fire your clients. So number one is customer relationships should be built upon a strong foundation of boundaries, okay? So what you need to do is, like, before you start working with clients, lay out all the boundaries. If you have specific office hours or specific days and times that you return emails, make sure that that's set in stone. Because if it's set in stone, then they know. And then you can say, if they're crossing that boundary, hey, you know what? These are my office hours and this is when I respond to emails. But you don't have to say like, oh, my client's so annoying. They don't stop messaging me. They don't stop emailing me. And trust me, I've been in group programs and masterminds and private Facebook groups before. Hi, Anushka. Great to see you. Good morning. And hear about people like bashing their clients and talking about how annoying their clients are. And first of all, like, that's terrible. It's so unprofessional. And second of all, that really reflects poorly on you, because yay, Anushka, I had a feeling that you would like this, because I know you are all about ethics and integrity in your business. And I had a feeling this would be something that you'd like. So it just drives me absolutely bananas when I see people complaining about their clients, because, and I'm just going to say this, and I hope, actually, I may offend some people, and that's okay, but when you are complaining about your clients, it's really a reflection of how you are acting and how you are treating your clients and how you sort of manage your business. Because, and I'm gonna say, like, knock on wood, there may be times where you do get someone who is really difficult, or someone who you try so hard to do everything for and you can't please them. I understand that. But when it happens over and over and over again, and you're like, every single one of my clients sucks, I fire all my clients, well, you know what? You're not going to want to hire that person, because honestly, I had this happen to me once. I hired someone to do some work as like a team member in my business, to do some work for me. This was a long time ago, like right when I started my business. And they were sort of bragging on the discovery call, telling me how they had space for me now because they had just fired all of their clients. And I thought that was a little strange. Something just didn't feel right about that. And I was like, okay, so what were the reasons that you fired all of your clients? And like, how am I going to be different now? And they had given me reasons, and I thought, you know what, maybe they were valid. But of course, by the end, guess what, guys? I was fired. I was fired as a client. I'm going to tell you that. Because I asked for things to be there on time. And I think I was a pretty good client. I have now been with my online business manager for over a year now. We just had our 1-year anniversary. And I don't think I'm that terrible of a client, but I was fired by someone before. And going through that, I now see, like, you know what, that was a red flag. When I saw her bragging on Facebook and telling me about how she had space for me now because she fired all of her ex-clients, that should have been a red flag, right? Maybe there's something going on. Let's see. And Anushka says, yeah, and who does that undermines all the know, like, and trust factor. You are never sure that they won't talk about you the same way. Exactly. Yup. And Sophia says, totally. Your energy rubs off on their energy. And Catherine says, yikes. Yeah. And Anushka says, how unreasonable of you. That's so funny. Yeah, right? Because I just asked for things to be there on time. That's all. I don't think I'm a pretty difficult client to work with. But anyways, so yeah. So when you see other people bragging about firing their clients, just see that as a red flag. You may not want to hire them in the future, or you may just want to dig a little deeper and see why they're firing their clients. But again, if you have your boundaries written out and you say, hey, these are my office hours, these are when I do calls, this is how many times I will respond back to messages, it makes the relationship so simple. My clients have been the most, biggest joys to work with. And I say, my life is so easy, not my life, but my job of being a coach and serving my clients is so easy because I set those boundaries and they know, this is when Kate gets back to messages. And you know what, one time someone messaged me at 3 a.m. via walkie-talkie, and it did go off and it did wake me up, and I just reminded her the next day, hey, remember, I'm not going to answer your messages at 3 a.m. And we just laughed about it. And she was like, yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. So sorry. And that was it. That was it. That's how easy it was. So it doesn't have to be hard if you set those boundaries up from the start. Let's see. Yes. And Catherine says, making boundaries makes things so much smoother. Yeah, it makes things really easy in your business. And I started this actually when I had my first business, my therapy practice, my in-person practice. And I would have people say to me, wow, your office policies, that thing is long. That's going to be really overwhelming. People are not going to want to work with you if they see that. So what I would do is I would actually send it ahead of time. I would email it to them even before they got to the office and just say, hey, just a heads up, I know this is a lot of information, but I want to send this to you first just to review, make sure that you agree with it. And if you do, then let's continue and let's do your consultation together. And most people would say, oh, that's great. Thank you so much for sending it ahead of time. That's awesome. One time I had someone come in and say, you know what, I read all of that, and actually I don't think it's like too much information and I don't want to agree to it all. So we decided, all right, you know what, maybe this isn't the best fit. Maybe we don't work together. And that was fine. But for most people, what it does is when you give boundaries, it keeps people feeling safe. It makes them feel secure. It gives them an idea of like, okay, if this happens, this is what happens. So for instance, like one of the policies I had in my office policies when I had my therapy practice was a snow policy, like what to do if it snows, okay? And like some people may think like, these are silly, like why do you need to cover all that? But it just made people feel safe, so they knew exactly what to do. Okay, if it snows, if like these schools are closed, and that means that our session will be canceled for the day, or that means that we can make it up over the phone, or we can do it via Skype or FaceTime. And Anisha says, yes, both sides know what to expect. Exactly. The same thing for like social media. So when I was a therapist, my clients could not be friends with me over social media. It was a big no-no, crossing of boundaries, confidentiality. So I had that happen like way in the past when I worked for agencies. Like people would try to friend request me after, and I'd have to just decline it. And then we'd have that conversation and it would feel a little bit awkward. So what I decided when I owned my own therapy practice was just to put that in the policy, just to say like, under any circumstance, like we cannot be friends on Facebook. We cannot be friends on LinkedIn. It's crossing it's crossing boundaries, and it's breaking confidentiality. So it's just something just to be able to protect you and your treatment and your confidentiality. That's not something that we can do. And they'd understand, it'd be no big deal. So I'd never have to have that conversation. And people would say to me, that's gonna scare people away, putting all that information in there. But I would say, you know what, it actually is gonna save me a whole lot of time and a whole lot of headache, and also my clients, if I just put all this out there from the beginning, because then they know what to expect and we don't have to have any awkward conversations in the future. And that's what it did. It made my life a whole lot easier. And then I didn't have to worry about any of those conversations. So number 2 is your customers are humans. How would you want your mother to be treated? How would you want your sister, your daughter, your niece, your aunt, your best friend? So I look at every single one of my clients as family, okay? As someone very dear to me. I treat them as that. And I ask myself that question all the time. And I remember these clients are humans. These are people's daughters. These are people's mothers. How would they want to be treated? And so many people forget that, right? They look at things as a business, as a number, as another dollar. And we have to really I want you guys to just put that stuff to the side, okay? And remember that your clients are huge. For some reason I was disconnected for a minute. And what I want to remind you is sometimes your friends, your family, and your clients are going to have a crisis. Like something could happen that is really terrible or really hard for them to deal with. And you know what? You should be there for them, right? Even if it's not in the hours. So here's a time where you can cross a boundary. I've had this happen before. A client has gone through like something really personal and told me, and I've said, you know what, let's just get on the phone, let's just do an extra session, and let's just process through this right now, because this is going to affect your business and this is really hard to deal with. And not have been after like, you know what, now we're gonna take one of your sessions off of your package because you just spent an hour of my time. No, that's ridiculous. And I've heard of people saying that before. Coaches have done that to them. And that's crazy, okay? Remember, your clients are humans. These are people that are other people's loved ones, and they should be your loved ones. So I am so lucky. I had a coach in the past who, I remember I was going through a really hard time. It was actually around wanting to hire help in my business and feeling really overwhelmed about it and like scared about the investment and everything. And I remember having an argument with my husband about it and being so upset. And my coach was like, let's just hop on the phone. Let's just talk. And I expected her. I was like, are you going to, like, is this one of my sessions now? Like, are you going to cancel my session this week? And she was like, no, not at all. Like, this is what I'm here for. This is my job. It's totally fine. Don't worry about it. And that was just like, it made me feel so good, and it made me feel like a human. It didn't make me feel like a dollar sign to her, or, you know, just a client. Like, it just felt so good to just, that she would just stop in her day just to be there, just to listen. So I want you guys to keep that in mind, okay? You want to make your clients feel like they're taken care of. And, you know, no matter what kind of work you do, that's just something that is a really nice thing, a nice bonus to add to your business. And that's what's going to get people coming back and people telling everyone about you, is when you can treat them as human beings like that. Number 3, and again, we sort of talked about this in the beginning, but enough of the breaking up with your clients. That's just like crazy, okay? And something that a biz bestie / accountability buddy said to me, which I loved. I don't know if somebody else quoted this or if she just came up with this, but I couldn't find like who actually came up with this. But this was my friend Susan Jane Rome, who is fabulous. If you guys don't follow her, you should. She's incredible. She's also does mindset coaching. Wonderful woman. She's one of my she is family to me. She's a very dear friend of mine. We were in a mastermind together, and we literally have met this mastermind was 1 year long, and we met every single week. We were so consistent with our meeting, and we got so much out of it because we were always helping each other and pushing each other along and cheering each other on. And now we're literally family to one another. We talk all the time. So Susan said, confidence is quiet, insecurity is loud. So, you know, when you see people out there bragging about all this stuff, like breaking up with your clients or having multiple figure days, they're overcompensating for something, right? It's really irrelevant. Like, I've been asked before, and, you know, I will share, like, because people sometimes want to know, like, oh, how much income do you make? So I have shared it before, but I'm not out there bragging about it, okay? Because honestly, it's irrelevant. Like, there's really no reason for me to share it because it doesn't matter how much money I'm making in my business. It matters what my clients are making and the transformations that my clients are getting. And when you see people out there, like, it just feels so icky to me. And again, this is like etiquette 101, okay? It feels so icky when I see people saying, like, yeah, I just made 10K, like, let me show you how I can do it, or 20K, or whatever it is. I just signed all these new clients, and now I'm going to buy this, I'm going to get that, I'm going on this vacation. It just feels like if I were that client, like, and I've actually had that happen to me before, and it does feel really icky when someone's like, yeah, I made so many thousands of dollars in one day, and now I'm getting to this level in my business, and I know that it's because I purchased a program. Like, it just doesn't feel good, okay? It's just not right. And again, these are my opinions, guys, and you may disagree with me, and that's fine, okay? But this is just how I feel, and I just feel like this is sort of like etiquette 101, okay? There's no need to go out there and brag. Again, like Susan said, confidence is quiet, insecurity is really loud. So when you see people bragging about numbers like that, it's usually overcompensating for something. So just my 2 cents, that's all. Let's see. Lastly, I said, want raving clients, underpromise, overdeliver, okay? I always do this with every program that I've launched. And actually, let me make sure that my comments are still coming through, because it looked like I got disconnected for a minute. So I want to make sure that you guys can still, if you guys can hear and see me, can you like send a heart or something? Or just say hi? Yay, okay. Sue said great advice. Thanks, Sue. Yes, and Anushka says there's a fine line between bragging and celebrating your success. Yes, and I am all about celebrating, okay? when my clients find success, I want to celebrate with them. I want to humbly brag on them. But I think most people can find the fine line. I think you can use your judgment and see like when it turns into bragging. Because there's a difference between empowering and bragging. And I've had clients ask me this before, like, yeah, like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Like, I got to this place in my business and I want to share because I want to empower people. I want people to know that they also can do it too. But I'm afraid if I do it, I'm going to come off as bragging. And first of all, if you have that thought, then you are being humble about it, okay? Second of all, you can do it in a way that isn't bragging and it is empowering. And that's why, like, I have shared some of my successes before, because I've wanted to empower people, to show people that, yeah, you can do it too. But I've tried, and you know what, if anyone has ever felt like I have bragged, like, I want you to call me out on it, because I try really, really hard to not do that. I try to find a fine line of sharing my success to empower people. Yeah, you can do this too because I did it, but not bragging, okay? Because I don't like the whole brag thing. So again, please call me out. If you ever think that I am crossing a line, I want you guys to tell me, okay? And that's what accountability is for. That's how people grow, is when they are called out. So call me out if you need to. I appreciate it. So the next thing, let me see here. What was my last one? Was underpromising, over-delivering, okay? So this is huge. If you want to have raving clients and you want to be the person who has good customer service in your business, underpromise, over-deliver. So every program that I've launched, I've never fully told, like, had on the sales page everything that's included, okay? I've always left some stuff out on purpose. And I actually learned this from one of my past coaches. She did the same thing, and it was like so exciting. Like, once I got into her program, oh, you love my windows. Thank you, Sophia. Thank you. Actually, for the retreat, you guys get a surprise. You guys are actually going to come to my house. We're going to do something special here together on the first night. I'm so excited. So you get to see these windows in person. Yeah, this is this little porch that I have. Oh, Sue, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. You said, that's so sweet. Yeah, Sophia, you'll get an email, I think this week or next week, about what we're going to be doing here. But I'm really, really excited. We're going to do something fun at my house the first night of the retreat. Yay! Oh, thank you. You guys are the best. But please, again, call me out if you ever feel like I'm bragging or anything of mine that is like not aligned, or if you don't think I'm using best judgment, like I'm always open to corrective criticism. That's what helps people grow, and that's what helps you get ahead in your business, get ahead in your life, right? Because if people are just telling you like all the great things about you, like, you're never gonna get ahead. So it helps me when people critique me and people say like, you know what, like, you sort of crossed a line, or you sort of did this or that, okay? Because that's what helps you grow a better business. So I ask my husband all the time, because he's really, really honest. He's brutally honest sometimes, and I'm like, oh, you know what, maybe I shouldn't have asked, because I really didn't want to hear that. But then I will take it to heart and I will work on it. So, yeah. A little side rant. So again, underpromise, over-deliver. So we see a lot of times, this is why I do not put this stuff on my sales pages. Oh, yours too. Yeah, I feel like our husbands are like the same too, Sophia. It's really, really funny, but really cool. So on my sales pages, I will not say like, buy this program and you will increase your profit by 700% in 2 days, because none of that even, like, what does that even mean? We see this stuff all the time, guys. And when you overpromise and you say like, sign up with me, I'll get you a 700% return on your investment or whatever. Like, again, what does that mean? Like, it doesn't, like, none of that stuff means anything. I always say, don't ask if you're not prepared for the answers. Yes, that is true. That is very true. So again, we see this, like, I worked with so and so, and I always tell people, like, please, like, if you write a testimonial, like, you can give details, but like, no need, like, just tell the truth, like, just tell exactly what happened and like what you got from it. Like, I don't need you to say I quadrupled my income in 2 days, because what could that mean? Or I tripled my income in 3 days, so does that mean that you went from $3 to $9? Like, we see this stuff all the time in the online space. So this is why you have to be like, you really have to use your judgment when you're hiring someone, because people just say stuff to make you want to work with them. Jennifer says, my husband is military, so I feel he's always in analyzation mode, including analyzing me, so I get a lot of constructive criticism. Ooh. Jennifer, I feel like you're really good at taking it. Like, that's just what I get from you. Like, you don't mind taking constructive criticism. Let's see. And Sophia says, I feel like that's the line between confidently promising an outcome, but also that outcome is out of your control because it's how the other person implements what you're teaching. Yes, that's exactly it. So that's so true. You need to be confident in selling yourself and telling people, like, I can help you get an outcome. I can help you get there, but you have to also empower them to believe that it's all in their control. Like, you have offers, suggestions, you have teaching, different guidelines that you can give them to help them get to that place, but you can't control whether they get to that place or not. Like, their outcome is completely out of your control, because you spend, and I always forget the math on this, guys, and I'm so bad at math, but you spend literally maybe 4 hours at the most each month with your clients, and then think of all the hours that are actually in the month, right? There's a lot. So there's no way that you can actually control their outcome. If you try to control their outcome, you're going to be unhappy, they're going to be unhappy. It's just not going to work out. Anushka says, I was thinking about that, Kate. What does that even mean that you multiply that? A multiplication of 0 is still 0. That's so true. Yeah, the golden nuggets within their suggestions. None of us have arrived, and we can all grow and learn. Yes, Jennifer, we are always growing and learning, and yes, we have never arrived. We'll never arrive, right? We're always going to grow and learn, and yeah, we learn each day something new. We get stronger, we get more resilient, and we can handle something harder each day. I always remind myself of that. So again, yeah, the overpromising, I want to go back to Sophia's comment again. Yes, so again, back to that fine line of confidently promising. Yeah, you can tell people, like, I can help you get there, but you have to do the work, right? And if you promise, like, again, all of these results, you're going to have unhappy clients. And that's why my clients have been really happy working with me, is because I'm not pushy. I don't promise, like, all right, if you do the work, I'll be here to guide you. And if you do the work, you're going to get the results, okay? But I can't control those results that you get. There's no way that I can do that. But I know that people have gotten results working with me because I've had good suggestions and they've put the work in, right? So that's all that you can do. And if you go out there and you promise all these things, you're going to have 0 testimonials, or you're going to have unhappy clients. You're going to be asked for refunds. I see that happen all the time. And yeah, it's just, it's not a good thing. So you want to, again, under promise and then over deliver. So my clients are always excited when we work together, because they're like, oh my goodness, like, I didn't know that I was going to get that because that wasn't on your sales page, or this or that. And it's a great way to run your business, because you will always have happy clients and happy customers. And Jennifer says, in every group program I do, I begin with 2 to 3 whole days of training on how the outcome is dependent on them. I love that, Jennifer. I put it in a way that is exciting and uplifting, but still firmly puts their results in their hands. Yes, I love that so much, because I think it's so empowering, Jennifer, when you can say to them at the end of your work, they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited that you achieved all these results. And you can say, it's because you put the work in, because you did it. Like, there was no way that I could have gotten those results for you. And we see that all the time. Like, people will write testimonials and say, so-and-so got me X, Y, and Z results. It was amazing working with them. You should hire them. They'll get you results too. And to me, that's really disempowering, and it makes me feel like you're putting too much trust in, like, just, you're putting this other person on a pedestal where you get the results yourself. And I've had people come to me before and say, oh my God, I saw you worked with so-and-so. Wow, you're like killing it. They got you really incredible results. Do you think they'll get me those results too? And I'm like, first of all, like, that doesn't feel good. That makes me feel like I didn't put any work into it. And they did all the work for me. And second of all, no, you shouldn't believe that. You should believe that you're going to get those results if you work hard. Nisha says, going to say something unpopular, and you don't have to control, and you don't have control on the market, on how the market reacts to any offer. The markets change so quickly nowadays that any offer can fall flat on his face, even with great research before. Oh yeah, totally. Anushka, I 100% agree with that. Yep, I agree. Yeah, something could have worked in the past, and I've actually heard this before, that like some like really incredible programs that have been out there for years that have had like really huge launches in the past, like their last launches have not been the way that they used to be. And yeah, you're right. Things change. The market changes. What people want changes. That changes constantly. Jennifer says exactly. That sense of empowerment is what helps the process of transformation continue long after my program's over. Yes, I love that. Yay! Awesome, guys. So these were my pointers for having some good etiquette in your business, having good customer service in your business. And I said at the end here, it all begins with love and boundaries. That's it. All you got to do is love up on your clients. All you have to do is set boundaries, and you will have happy customers, and they will be telling everyone about you. And you don't have to advertise, or, I mean, you have to advertise, but you don't have to go crazy. Like, I just finally hired someone to help me with Facebook ads. Like, she was actually, I think she was sort of laughing. Like, she thought it was funny that I've never had like paid marketing in my business before. I've tried ads in the past and they just never worked. Like, they actually like wouldn't actually be published for some reason. I don't know why. I thought like the ads hated me or something. It was a sign that I just needed to do everything organically. But with limited time now, I said, you know what? I'm just going to give this whole ads thing a shot right now. But she was like, wow, I can't believe like you've never had paid marketing in your business. And it's because, again, I've just grown relationships, nurtured relationships, and treated my clients the way that I wanted to be treated. And then they've told other people about me, right? And actually a book that an old coach gave me a long time ago, it's called A Referral of a Lifetime. Really, really good book. And it was fun because it's in like a story type format. But it shows you, again, it's like, it's a really sort of old book. Let me look it up actually, because I want to post it for you. Of a Lifetime. I think it was written quite a long time ago. Yeah, it was published in 1999. Wow. It's almost 20 years old, guys. So this is really, I'm going to post it in this so you guys see it. This book was pretty powerful and reminded me like, yeah, like just building relationships and like nurturing people, like that's a really great and easy way to build your business. Sophia says, I actually had a very disempowering relationship with a coach I once hired. Every success I saw, she always found a way to tie it back to what she said to do, or she would always remind me that X happened since I started working with her. Yeah, that can definitely be disempowering. And again, confidence is quiet, insecurity is loud. Remember that. It made me feel so disempowered. Needless to say, I'm no longer working with that person. Yep. And I adore the coach that you're working with right now, Sophia. Oh, Denitra said that the video was frozen. Man, I hope maybe you can get the replay, Denitra. I did see that I lost connection for a little bit before. But yeah, Sophia, Anushka says, oh no, Sophia, that sucks. It really does. And I love Sophia's coach right now. She's definitely a fan of mine. It's Lacey, who I'm running the retreat with. She's awesome. Yeah, she's amazing. And it feels so good, right? When you can find people in the space who have high integrity and are empowering to their clients. So, no, Anushka, you're so sweet. She goes, is it you by any chance? No, it's Lacey Seitz. She's amazing. She's one of my close biz besties. And, yeah, it's who I'm running the retreat with. So, guys, any questions, comments? I can't believe I've been talking nonstop for almost an hour. Once I get going, I get excited and I can't stop. And it's funny because that's actually what used to get me in trouble as a kid growing up. That's why I was always in detention. That's why I was, as a little kid, and then again, as in high school, I was stuck in detention all the time, writing out Bible verses. I went to Catholic high school because they said I was too talkative. That's a good thing. I was like cutting class too, actually, because I just wanted to hang out with my friends. But, right, sometimes we can take those things that people see as negatives and turn them into positives, and now I get to talk all the time, and I get to hang out with my friends and my clients all the time, which is so fun. You too, Sophia? Getting in trouble for talking? You have to take... Jennifer, you rebel. That's so funny. Cutting class master over here. You too? Oh my god, we would have had so much fun together. Yeah, actually, I will tell you a really funny story. And yeah, I'll tell you guys. So my husband and I knew each other. This is a personal story. We knew each other in high school. We didn't date the whole time, but we were friends in high school. And we did, yes, in cutting class, we did date in high school. And we had this brilliant idea one day that so seniors, he was a senior, I was a junior. Seniors got like half days. They didn't have to stay at school the whole day. So you were too chicken for senior cut day. Oh. So basically what we did was we had this idea because I really wanted to hang out, and he had gotten his license and we wanted to go shopping. I went to go to the mall with him, and we had this idea that I could go to the nurse and I could tell her that I had really bad cramps, and I had said to my dad earlier in the day, Dad, I really don't feel good, but I'm going to try to be good and go to school. And my dad told me that if I still had cramps at school, that I could call him and I could go home early. He'd come pick me up. So I gave the nurse my now husband, then boyfriend's phone number and said, hey, this is my dad. He said I could go home early if I called him if my cramps were still bad. So the nurse puts it on speakerphone, and my husband, who then had sort of a high squeaky voice, like gave himself a low deep voice and was like, yep, this is Kate's dad. She told me this morning she wasn't feeling so well, but she wanted to try to go to school and make it work. Feel free to send her home. Yup, she can leave early. So then he came and he picked me up, my husband now, and we went shopping. Such a rebel, right? Just a fun story. I don't think we actually, I don't know if we ever told anyone that story, but it was pretty funny. Kids, right? What kids do. But that was innocent fun. Kids, I don't think do things like that anymore. If we would have gotten caught, right? Sophia says now they have everything in their computers. Can't just give them your number. Yeah, well that too, you're right. Kids wouldn't be able to be caught. They'd be caught doing that these days. But then it's don't you sort of wish they were able to do innocent fun things like that? Also phone pranking. Anyone else do that before? This is really off topic. But just funny things like that. Kids don't really do those things these days. Oh well. Hopefully maybe there'll be a turnaround, and maybe kids will do innocent fun things like that again. I don't know. I'm just hoping and praying. Anyways, Yeah, Jennifer says she wishes things were still that way. Kids are now very different than when we were kids. Yeah, they definitely are. They grow up a lot faster too. Right? I'm talking like I'm so old, but I get it. We are so old, Anushka says. I forget my age sometimes, and I want to say that I'm in my 20s. I forget that I'm not anymore. Anyways, I know we're so ancient. Wink, wink. I hope you guys have a great day. I am going to finish getting myself ready for the day and do some filming actually for some guest expert stuff for people. And oh, Sue was not even close to old, and I love how she's like not laughing or anything. Love you, Sue. Yeah, oh, I totally feel that way too, Anushka. The last 15 years never happened. That sums it all up. Yeah, totally. So yeah, I'm gonna go do some filming and go check on baby girl now. She's with a new sitter who's here for the morning with her, spending some time with her. But I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Again, send comments, ideas, questions, anything that come up about this topic this week. And thank you guys for all showing up. I will see you next week. Take care. Bye.